here to tell you about the Book of Guilt by Catherine Chidgey. Got 4 books. Hello and welcome to another weekend reading vlog from me, Joanne, me, my dog and books. Look, Patty's very excited about it being the weekend. Aren't you, Patty? Aren't you, Patty? It's going to be a nice sunny day. She's jumping. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, prime position. She gets comfy on the beanbag. It's very quiet. It's early morning. It's like just after 7. Lucy and Patty decided to bark like maniacs because they heard a bird on the roof. So, I mean, I was already awake, but now the other half's awake. I can hear them upstairs, and I'm like, why are you awake at my early morning time? Anyway, I am going to I'll talk to you about books that I've just finished yesterday, but I'm going to start The Staircase in the Woods by Wendig. Look at the spreadsheets on this. So I think this is horror. Well, it should be. It came in my every night quarterly horror book subscription. So we're going to start that. Somebody reading it with friends, and still reading Chocolat, and I'm really enjoying it. I didn't quite finish it in time for book group, but I was able to remember like most of the story for us to have the kind of chat, which was really nice. I'm reading this because it was the first book that one of our book group members picked like 20 years ago. But she died last year, so it was a bit of a commemoration to her, and we're really enjoying it. It was a very emotional book group, so it was great. So today and this weekend, we have no major plans. Yay! Love that. The best weekends, apart from I'm meeting a friend tomorrow for a coffee catch up. So there will be, I have library books to pick up. I want to have a nosy in the charity shops. I need to get some gardening done. I want to pick up my cross stitch and crochet. I want to read. I want to make a new recipe from my new recipe book. Well, it's not new, look, I'll show you. Oh, it's a chickpea, like paneer, so I don't eat paneer because it's cheese, but I'll probably put tofu in it. But I got this one from the library, so thought let's try that. So I need to pop to the shop and check it. But I think I've got everything, to be honest. So yeah, chilled one with me, friends. Hang with me, let's chat books, tell me what you're reading, and also if you enjoy this video and others, feel free to subscribe and follow along, and let's have another good weekend. So, change of plan, we've decided to go for a cycle, so the other half, hold on, I'll take, well, I was listening to Pages and Co. Book 2, Tilly and the Lost Fairytales, which is very joyful. I do love this series. This is a reread of this one, but I can't remember much of it, so it was ages ago. Patty's on here, eating a carrot. Lucy's over there eating hers, if you can see her. So the other half's just having his breakfast, and then we'll go a wee cycle. Take you with me. It's awfully hot though. I've got a sunblock on. And these guys have been walked. And I'm just going to sit here, have a cup of tea before we go on our bike, and reply to some of your comments on your lovely comments on my YouTube videos. So catch you in the comments. Decided to come out for a cycle, as you can see. I'm not allowed to cycle in video because I've got previous for falling off, so here he comes. I'll get a wee video of him. Woo! Such a lovely day. And I've realised I've not been on this bike since I fell off in autumn, so I'm a bit anxious, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a lovely day and the birds are tweeting, so I'm sucking it up and going uber slow. The last time I was on this bike, it was autumn and it had been wet the day before and there was wet leaves on the ground, and I went on this bike round a corner, not fast, I don't do fast, and I slipped. David got it on video actually. I think it's in actually one of my videos. It hurt, so taking my time. Better catch up with him. Just as well I'm on an e-bike. Last time you filmed this I fell off, David. I spot a beagle. Oh, there's a beagle about. Hold on.
Wave.
Had quite a successful trip to the charity shop because I was looking for a pair of like running shorts because David's like, stop using mine because the shorts I have aren't very good for running. I've also been in Specsavers because I had to get drops for my eyes. I've got very dry eyes, and I was looking because I've still got like, when I got my varifocals, I've still got the point where I can do like another pair of glasses for half price. I'm thinking of maybe getting single vision sunglasses, but I can't decide on one, so I took some pictures, get David to help pick, see what you think. Is there any that, I mean obviously not all of these, but the frames could be turned into sunglasses. Anyway, I got what did I get? A couple of good books and got vegan mince because I'm going to make chilli with mince for a change instead of beans. So off to go now because it's absolutely boiling. I need to get in the shade. Oh, outside, even the kids. Look, Mrs. came in here. Patty's over there. And I've come inside and I was about the other half. Look, and I'll show you. Excuse the washing and that. He's got his cold pod out. She's been in it after her cycle. Currently watering my plants for me. And I was about to go in and then I remembered I can't because of my new leg tattoo. So, shamey. Kids, let's stay in here. It's so much cooler. Isn't it, patty cakes? This is just giving up. I actually might just lie down on this laminate. So I've just taught myself a magic knot and how to use YouTube. So I've now joined on a new ball of wool. So this giant granny square blanket will be 3 balls of not wool yarn. And this is not wool. Let's see, I mean it's quite good in that it's covering my legs from the sun, but actually it's pretty hot, as you can tell. Let's see, I think I should go inside. And then excuse the washing pack is over there. Where's she going? Where's she going? Oh, back inside. Probably wise, Lucy. I think you should go inside too. I might go inside and read for a bit in a minute. It's a bit hot. You wouldn't have realised seconds ago that wee tiny terror and her big sister in the background were running about, barking at the neighbour's dog in the garden. Yeah, you. Yeah, you, Patty. Tiny terror. What you doing? I think I'm going to pass out, it's so hot. And I'm kind of mostly in the shade now. Oh, I've had to come inside. It's too hot. But went and got some of the basics. I got some vegan soy mince. Linda McCartney, because the corn stuff has egg in it. Anyway, got that because I'm going to make chilli. I think I told you that. But absolute bargains, excuse the attire, right? And I am so hot. I don't care. This is normally my run but top, but I was wearing it on my motorcycle. Anyway, by the by. Got 4 books from the charity shop that I need. But look at this one. Sprayed Edges. And it's the one that's been shortlisted in the Women's Prize for non-fiction, I think. £1. £1. If I can get the stickies off it. Oh man. Don't rip it. Yeah, so I currently have this out of the library and I've still not got to it. So now I can return it to the library so someone else can read it. But look, £1 for this. So this is about oh, it's embossed as well. This is about the, what's the name of the murderer? In this riveting true story, Kate Summerscale mines the archives to uncover the lives of Christie. Is it Reginald Christie? Its victims, the tabloid frenzy. I mean, look at inside. The tabloid frenzy that their deaths inspired, and the truth about what happened inside the house. What she finds sheds fascinating light on the origins of her fixation with true crime and suggests a new solution to one of the most notorious cases of the 20th century. Look, it retails at £22. I got this for £1. Pretty much giving it away. And it's going to charity. And in the same shop, I found this, which is a memoir. Again, this was only £1 as well. I can't remember who I've seen read this. A few people, and it's blurbed by the likes of David Nichols, Carrie Mulligan, Kate Caitlin Moran, just taking the stickies off it. And it says, an ordinary day, the end of an ordinary life. One morning in June, Abby and her to-do list drop. The kids to school, get coffee, go to work. Jacob had a bad headache, so Addie pick up steroids. She returned home and found the man she loved and had fought and laughed with for 20 years lying on the bathroom floor, and nothing would ever be the same again. But this is not a pity memoir. It's about meeting your person, and crazed late night Google trolls is about the things you wished you'd said to the person that matters, then wildly oversharing with the barista who doesn't know you at all. It's about sushi and the wrong shoes and the moments you want to shout, cut. It's about the silence of being lost in space and the importance of family and parties and noise. It's the difference between surviving and living. It's a reminder that even in the worst times there is light ahead. It's a love story. So, alright, I didn't realise Abby Morgan, whose memoir this is a BAFTA and Emmy award-winning screenwriter for whose credits include Sex Traffic, The Hour, Brick Lane, The Iron Lady, Shame and Suffragette. She is a creator and writer of the BBC drama The Split. She lives with her husband, children and their dog Styler in London. This is her first book. I'm assuming this is a memoir. This is not a pity memoir. Unconfirmed. Then, you know how recently when I went to book shopping in Edinburgh, if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it in the description below. Me and my friends did a shopping trip to Edinburgh with one of my friends who lives in Edinburgh, and when I was in Toppings, she encouraged me, she's a manga reader, and she encouraged me to pick up some manga. And anyway, I was in Cancer Research and they had these two manga books. They only had 1 and 2. They were retailing at £11.99 and they had them for like £3. So, and it sounded quite fun. It is by the creator of one of the other manga books that I bought that I haven't read yet. Because that's my MO. I get books that I haven't read and then buy more books related to the books that I haven't read. And this is this, but it looks cute. It says, book 1, from the creator of Nichijou, which I've got but not read. This surreal slapstick series revolves around a penniless college student who lives in an ordinary city filled with not quite ordinary people. That's a bit that lured me in, not quite ordinary people. And as this reckless girl runs about, she sets the city in motion. Midori is in a bit of a bind. She's in debt and her landlady is trying to shake her down for unpaid rent. Her best friend refuses to loan her cash since she's wise up to her tricks. Maybe some bullying would help, or a bit of petty theft. Neither is sustainable. Maybe get a job would settle things, but working means less time for fun and adventures in the big city. Oh my god. If anything, books can be used as fans in this stifling heat. Make it stop. I've had enough now. I've had enough. Don't come for me. But I've had enough. Anyway, how good is that? Absolute bargain. I need to stop doing this every weekend. I am utterly blaming YouTube for this. No, because I want to take you places where it seems interesting. That is absolutely an excuse. And I bought a pair of running shorts, put them on. They may as well be pants, so I'm taking them back. But I've got this shirt. Look at this. Thought it'd be a good one for work. It's a nice baggy, like baggy boyfriend size, as they call it. Don't know why it's called that. Then this is from Bowden, which is a posh make, and I thought that'd make for a nice like thin layer cardigan this time of year. And because I'm always thinking autumn and spooky season, check this. Look, amazing with long sleeves and the shirt and stuff. So we'll hide all that before the OH sees it. And he goes, I thought you said you're skint. And I go, yes I did. I was out getting, oh, well I also got my eye drops because I have the driest eyes in the world ever. So that was my little haul. I was about to go into the library and then realise I don't have anything to pick up from that library. It's from the other library. So I'll take you Monday. I think I've got a Mark Edwards to pick up. Also need to take a couple of books back. So anyway, I'm gonna lie down on the laminate floor for a bit because it's quite hot.
Josh had nothing to do with Susan's disappearance, or is this something he claimed to cover up what he knew really happened? Is there a darker truth between Steve and Josh? They responded to the ongoing police investigation by going on a
Saturday night, I've got the jammies on and we're going to venture outside. Yeah, I'm also still a hot sweaty mess. I'm going to venture outside and watch Final Destination 3. So this week we are making our way through the Final Destination movies because the new one comes out, which is technically 6. So during the week we watched Final Destination. Last night we watched Final Destination 2 and tonight is 3. Now 3 is directed by the original director from 1. So that director didn't direct 2. But I would say the kills in 2 were pretty fun to watch. This is the one with the roller coaster. Yeah, if you know, you know. And did you know? See, because you can get the vibes. The director of 1 and 3 Final Destinations was also X-Files director. I'm a kid of the X-Files days. You coming outside, Patty? You gonna come outside? I might take my crochet with me. Well, I'll show you the setup. The other half's done. So this is the setup. Let's get the couch. We've got a chair each for our feet, although it looks like Lucy's taking mine. The chimney is on. I've got alcohol-free Aperol Spritz and we're about to watch Final Destination 3. Just need to get Patty. Patty! Are you coming? It's Sunday morning. I've got my coffee. The ambience is on. Don't even know if you can see that. The sun's blinding me. Got the ambience on. I'm reading The Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Wendig. Somebody reading it, so I'm finally getting stuck in. I'm about 50 pages. I tried yesterday, but I've just caught up with stuff. Excuse me. Got my coffee in my little sausage dog mug. Patty is over here sleeping. Lucy's upstairs with her dad. I am about to make porridge and I'm going to read till about 9 o'clock. Then go my run. And then I'm popping to my friends about 11:30 for coffee and a wee catch up. Then I'll be back and I might need to get stuck into planting some of the stuff in my greenhouse because I think this weather's stunted the growth and or killed some of the ones I was growing, so that's not great. And we'll do that. The other half is away golfing today, so he'll leave about the time I go for a run. As you saw, we watched Final Destination 3, Chef's Kisses. One of my favourites because, you know, by 3 you know the premise, but it starts with a fairground ride. I mean, there's inappropriate sexual behaviour, you know, early noughties guys thinking they can upskirt people, that kind of stuff. 100% not for, as you know. So you have to kind of put that aside. That is of what it was at this time. Boys will be boys, apparently. But it's interesting to see that and how acceptable that seemed, you know, just like jock bro culture. But Final Destination 3, which is just gets some of the best kill scenes in it. Like, it's funny, like you're waiting for an epic kill scene and then you kind of laugh when you see it because they're so ridiculous. But it was so much fun, so we sat and watched that. That was nice, and I was crocheting my blanket. I'll show you that later. It's getting quite big. So this is me on my third bowl of yarn, so I can't decide whether this will be the last yarn or get another one and make it like huge. Can't decide. So that was fun. So we might watch 4 tonight. See how we feel. Oh. Can you hear Lucy? So I don't know if you can come down. Oh, there she is. Can you see her? Here she is. Hello, pups. I've not got my porridge on yet. She likes to come down when I'm making my porridge because she likes to lick the bowl. Don't worry, it goes in the dishwasher afterwards. So, now look at these two. Sniff, sniff. Maybe a wee bell, but nothing happens. Lucy's the boss of us all. Yeah, so I'll tell you about this one later, and then I've got non-fiction I finished just at the end of the week there that I'll speak to you about. It was grim. It was a reread. I put it on, just listened to an audio, and I put it on my Goodreads and Storygraph, and then realised I read it a year ago. I mean, it is really good, but anyway, I'm going to go and read this so I get some good time in before I go on my run. So I'm hoping it's not too hot. There's a nice breeze at the moment. I've got the window open, but oof. Hi pals. So I'm back from visiting my friend. Went a nice woodland walk and then sat out in our back garden for a bit having a wee herbal tea. I am beyond hot, so I'm sitting under my shaded umbrella, as you can tell, and this heat is non-stop. But I'm here to tell you about the Book of Guilt by Catherine Chidgey. I finished this on Friday. I'm also, look, it's getting so big. So I'm on my third ball of yarn, I think I maybe said. And I might go to 4 or 5. Yeah, sorry for squinting. Just take my contacts out because my eyes were really dry. And I haven't put my glasses back on. Anyway, so Book of Guilt. It's a hard one to describe because I don't want to give any spoilers, but we follow 3 boys, William, Lawrence and Vincent, who very much look the same, like triplets almost, but you can kind of identify them by the fact that they wear different coloured shorts. They are part of the Sycamore scheme, which is a government scheme where boys or kids like these 3 have been part of. But for most of the book you're not really sure what that is because it's part of the plot, it's part of the story. But 3 of them, three of them are looked after by Mother Morning, Mother Afternoon, Mother Night. And they have certain things they have to do and they have to take their medicine. And as they start now there's different POVs that come into this. You have the 3 boys, also a girl called Nancy, and also POV of the Minister of Loneliness, I think their title is. So there's people in government who are kind of like, right, it's time to shut down this Sycamore scheme, yada yada. And so the whole time you're going through this book, you're like, what is this? What's happening? Why are these boys in this weird routine? And then why are they talking about almost, what's the word when you try and integrate like people into society? So there's talks of that. So you can figure out there's a bit of a fraction between Joe Bloggs and those involved in the Sycamore scheme, but you're never really sure why. So that's all I'm going to say, because you spend a lot of the time in the book trying to understand why the boys are the way they are, why they live the way they live, and what's the government been doing and what's the government doing now. And yeah, it's really, the only thing I'm really aware of is I'm talking to you but not like looking at you because I'm focusing on my stitches, because you know I'm not that good. Do you know what? See, it's such a unique idea, this story here. I really like the writing style. I do like Catherine Chidgey's writing. I mean, I liked Pet. She wrote Pet. Liked it as a story. I didn't like uber love it, but I read it for Lauren the Books Book Club, and loads of people love it. It's like one of Lauren's favourite books, and I can see why, because it's quite a unique story. This book is very unique in its telling. I like the premise. I like the different POVs. I liked the whole time really just not knowing what was going on and what was about to happen. It's very, I would say, very dystopian in its telling, pretty unsettling, and yeah, I would say if you like dystopian, would I say unhinged? I don't know, more a story that you're in the dark about for most of the book, then check this out. I just love unique ideas, and this is one of them. It's quite an experience. It's a hard one to describe, and I would say on that basis, I suspect it might be a Marmite of a book, or people are just like, so if you like the idea of the premise, you don't mind not knowing what's going on in the book for most of it, check it out. Anyway, that's out now because it came out last Thursday, 15th. Yeah. So available in all good bookstores. So I'm glad I've read it. I'm probably going to pass this one on to my friend because it is she likes quite dystopian stuff, and I don't know where my yarn, oh there it is. So yeah, and I have washed my hair, by the way, friends. It has been bogging for the past few, but because it was quite my friends, I had a quick shower and I couldn't handle like blow drying my hair, so just put it in a pleat. So goodness knows what it'll be like when I undone it. I think I've also been listening to, which I started listening to in my run, which was a bit terrifying, was a podcast from 2019, I think it was, Man in the Mirror. It's all about the Golden State Killer, but from victims' point of view. Highly recommend it. I've literally just binged it in the space of today, but it's only for those that love true crime. And started Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Wendig. I'm really liking it, actually. I'm liking the sort of dysfunctional friendship group that's going on just now, and that I'm still reading Chocolat, which I'm doing, so because my Kindle died the other day when I was reading it, so that's been charging. But I think what I might do once I've done this row here is go and plant some of the seeds I've grown in my greenhouse, because this heat is pretty much not been great for most of my seedlings. I don't think I quite appreciated how hot it's been getting, so I've maybe only been watering it like once a day or once every other day, when in actual fact when I was doing it yesterday I was like, oh my god, it's needing like twice a day. So I think some of my seeds have not survived, so I'm just going to finish this off. So I'm taking a picture earlier. This blanket is bigger than Lucy as she stretches out, so I think I'm going to do another 2 yarns, because I think I want a long blanket, you know, one that you could double over and it would cover your feet. I think, I haven't quite decided, but I'm the kind of person that loves a blanket over my knees at all times. It's like a comfort thing when I'm at home. I always have a blanket over my knees, over my legs. I don't know why, I find it really comforting. So this has been quite, well, apart from in this heat, this has been quite nice doing this blanket when it's in the shade, of course, and it's kind of over my knees. Anyway, here's how it's looking. I'm very proud of it. This is my first, well, I did that baby blanket, you know, for my friend in work who was leaving, because she's going to be a grand mum, and that went down well. So this is only my second blanket. It's the first one I started. It'll be hopefully the second one I finish. and it's going to so addictive doing this with your hands. It stops me from scrolling my phone, which is always an added bonus because I really do need a detox. Anyway, let's get stuck and save some of my seedlings. Me and the pups have had too much of the heat now. Patty's here, Lucy's here, and I'm just going to sit here with a cup of tea. Don't ask, for some reason I'm thinking a cup of tea and some telly. I'll put it on, and it's some telly and a cup of hot decaf tea that's going to cool me down. But it's wild, look at that, it's like burning heat, burning heat. I'm done. But oh, Roxanne's on the telly, so what I might do is put on Real Housewives New York City and answer some of your comments because I'm very behind on my YouTube videos. So I'll get chatting to you whilst watching some Real Housewives. It's Monday morning. I've got my coffee in my big mug. Just answered the door and we have our oat milk delivery. So I am going to make my porridge. This is what I have most mornings, which is porridge with creamy oat milk. It makes it uber oaty. I either use this or Oatly milk. This stuff's quite nice and creamy. So I do add some of that and then I top it up with water because I like my oats creamy. So that'll go on, and then I'll move you so I can get. Then always add in a bit of flaxseed. This is information I'm telling you that you didn't ask for, just as an outlier. Add in about a tea to a tablespoon of flaxseed and sweet ground cinnamon. Normally I'll have it with like berries, but I buy the frozen berries and I haven't taken any out of defrost, so I'll just have it with that. And then it gets drizzled by maple syrup. This is the one that I buy regularly. Got it on Subscribe and Save from Amazon because it's like just maple syrup. There's nothing else. There's no funny other science words in it. And this lasts me ages because, to be honest, what do I use it with? My porridge or cereal, and if I'm baking. Anyway, that was my breakfast chat that you didn't ask for. So today, again, my battery's running low. Today, I need to hoover. Or maybe not video that, it's not very exciting. I'm reading more of, I'm actually like 150 pages into Staircase in the Woods by Wendig. I'm really enjoying that, and it's kind of, is it supernatural horror? I'm not really sure yet. I need to go to my local library and pick up my reservation and take a couple of books back. Need to pop to the pharmacy to pick up some stuff. You don't need to see that. And I'm going to record Wednesday's video. So in my last weekend vlog, or I can't remember what video, but I was asking for like feedback on my kind of Wednesday vlogs. Well, my Wednesday videos, because they're not really vlogs. And they're always about like book recommendations or wrap-ups, or they're just not a weekend reading vlog. So very obviously book focused. So a few of you have been saying you can maybe mix up a bit, some recommendations for either my weekend vlogs or this, or my Wednesday ones, is maybe chat to you about some of my favourite veggie vegan recipe books, include some on baking. I'm not a top baker though, but I might bake some banana bread today because I've got quite a lot of bananas that maybe could do with being banana breaded. Chat through my different tattoos, what they mean. I seem to have gathered quite a few over the last few years. Oh, someone had a good recommendation. I was just replying to some of your comments last night. Someone had a good recommendation about discussing some of the books that I've read for my in real life book group, which has been going for 21 years now, so there would be a lot of books, but I am in the middle of, say, digitising, right? That sounds fancier than adding it to a spreadsheet Google Doc, because only one of our members has it written down in notes, so I need to start adding them in, and I'm sure we're over the 200 mark. So actually, while I'm doing that project, I might do a couple of videos that talks about some of those books that we've read. So yeah, some really good ideas. Please keep the ideas coming. I want to make videos that you find interesting and would want to watch. What else am I doing today? I need to write some book reviews, catch up on my story graph, and I've got a NetGalley one that I need to write a review for. Yeah, so, and keeping on top, I might mow the grass before the weather turns. Apparently the weather's turning. People are looking at long forecasts, and I'm always like, you can't look at a long forecast too far in advance. They can barely tell you the weather tomorrow, so, but I think it's not going to be another hot one. I was going to go running, but I might just do my yoga instead for a wee change. And yes, spend my Monday with me. So I'm back home, just been to the library. I picked up a book I had in reserve. I'll show that later. I also picked up 2 extra balls of yarn for my blanket I'm making, and one that I've got which is similar but different colours. So I think I'll make a blanket for my wee sister. So her birthday's in August. Anyway, about to cut the grass. Got the mower out and finishing Tilly in the Book Wanderers book 2. But I just wanted to say, come round here. I think my neighbour's out, and then I always think they must think I'm mental, just talking to my phone. Anyway, one of you lovely people mentioned in the comments of one of my videos where I was mowing my front lawn and I went over the cable of my lawnmower, and then stupidly, while it was still plugged in, picked up the cable, gave myself a very slight electric shock. No hospital was required, all was fine. But I did get a fright, and that person says, please buy yourself a circuit breaker to add to your lawnmower, because they had a friend same thing happened to, and they died. So I was like, I don't want to die mowing my grass. So the safety adapter is going on the lawnmower. Thank you for the tips. I didn't even know that existed. Video. I thought I would also bake for no other reason, and I'm going to do a wee bit of my banana bread recipe. I say my banana bread recipe. It's not mine. I got it online somewhere and I can't remember where. So mostly bananas. And because I'm vegan, I tend not to use I don't use butter, but you can have like butter alternatives, like margarine and stuff. But I tend to use, weirdly, applesauce, or not applesauce, apple puree is like my oil or butter alternative. But anyway, I'll get the banana bread in. Some banana bread, and now I'm about to put on my dinner. What was I going to speak to you about? Oh, the library. This was the book I got. It's The Retreat by Mark Edwards, right? My lovely friend Michaela from What Michaela Reads
bangs on about Mark Edwards all the time, and I was moaning like I can never see him in the library, but I managed to get this one out. I think you can get loads of his books either cheap on Kindle or Kindle Unlimited. Said a missing child, a desperate mother, and a house full of secrets. 2 years ago, Julia lost her family in a tragic accident, and her husband drowning trying to save their daughter Lily in the river near their rural home. But the little girl's body was never found, and Julia believes Lily is somehow still alive. Alone and broke, Julia opens her house as writer's retreat. One of the first guests is Lucas, a horror novelist. Oh, a book about something to do with books. Who becomes obsessed with finding out what happened to Lily. But within the days of his arrival, the peace of the retreat is shattered by a series of eerie events. What really happened? Oh, when Lucas' investigation leads him and Julia into the woods, they discover a dark secret, a secret that someone will do anything to protect. A writer's retreat in the woods, hidden secrets. If you've read any Mark Edwards, let me know ASAP. And then someone in the comments recently, I think it was on my must-read thriller authors video, mentioned an author called Willow Rose, who I've never heard of before, but loads of her books are on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm having a nosy. I'm going to download one of those. Let me know in the comments if you've ever read this author, and also give me more authors and recommendations in respect to thrillers or any of the genres you know I like, and I will let you know what I think of that book. And there we have it, friends, the end of another weekend reading vlog with you. It was quite a cosy, another cosy one at home mostly. Did go to the library. Why is it only just like the end of the weekend and I can't remember what happened? We have finally made our way through all the Final Destination films, 1 to 5. The only one I thought was a wee bit suspect was 4, I think. It just went a wee bit over the top. Well, even like, just, it wasn't as good as the others. 5 is a good one. But, so, that's us ready to watch the Final Destination 6. Which, is it Bloodline or something it's called? It's been getting good reviews. So, if you're into like old school, kind of fun, I say fun because the kills are pretty epic. If you don't mind that kind of gore stuff, definitely check out. Also started watching Shiny Happy People. I don't know how many parts are in a documentary about the Duggar family on Prime. That's wild. If you like, it's not true crime. Well, maybe, is it? It's like real life documentary and there's some dark stuff. So check that out. And the Fred and Rose West new Netflix documentary, Not for Everybody. This is definitely true crime. A British horror story. It just came out on the 14th of May and it delves a little bit deeper into the, I think they have previously unreleased police interview tapes, but also digs more into the victims rather than and what happened and some of the, so I thought it did go a little bit deeper. It's only 3 episodes, but not for everyone. just to caveat that. And book wise, I am starting The Blue Castle by L.M. Montgomery, the author who wrote Anne of Green Gables, because I have Ordinary Books Patreon online book club next weekend, so I'll let you know about that because I'll have to finish it for then. And I'll hopefully, I'm halfway through Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Wendig, so keep me posted with that. So I'll update you because I kind of got some not great news about a very close friend, and you know how the blanket I was making, my crochet blanket, which pretty much finished. Instead of it being for me, I'm just going to gift it to my friend. So I'll see, so I'll do that, and then I'm going to make one for myself, but also for my wee sister. So just see, I got wool from, got yarn, sorry, from hobbycraft, so I'll start something similar. But I need to get back at my cross stitching in the meanwhile, because I've got a bookmark that is only 20% done, so I need to get onto that. Might start that next weekend. Anyway, thanks for, as always, for your comments, your likes, and if you don't already, please do subscribe on the big subscribe button if you want to see more bookish chaos with me and the pups. If you've watched this far and don't know what to say, give me some sort of sunshine plant gardening emoji. You pick, you pick. And I will see you in another bookish video very, very soon. The one before this will be books about books. So if you haven't seen that already, I'll link to it in the description below. And yeah, tell me what you're reading in the comments. Let's catch up in the comments, and I'll see you in another bookish video very, very soon. Cheerio!